So baking is a lovely occupation or way of making a living, because it's very fulfilling, because it's only as good as the passion you put into it when you're making it. My father used to make this recipe. It was great to work with him, and he was so proud of baking. He had worked with his father, and my father was born in 1904. So it is a long time ago. And, you know, it's nice to be the same family doing the same thing in the same place for 130 years. So it's some history, like, and we still have stayed small, because our motto has always been small is beautiful. And when things get bigger, quality moves out of it, and the idea of money, making money, becomes a bigger part of it.
In the early 80s, there was what you call a price war with bread. Bakers got together and put up big factory bakers, and they made processed bread, and bread that was baked in under 20 minutes. As a result of that, they used bread as an object to bring people into supermarkets, at bread being half the price. Now it was a different product. And back in the early 80s, people weren't able to differentiate between good bread and real bread and processed bread. So it affected an awful lot of small bakeries. Small bakeries, because the purchasing power of bread went into the supermarket, and they weren't able to survive. So small family businesses like ours all closed in the late 70s, early 80s, because of a whole change in culture about bread. And it was brought on by people who were into making money as opposed to making bread. Whereas I come from a tradition of people who were making quality bread to nourish people. And it was about the quality of the bread. But then it became an object to produce something at a very low cost. And if you buy something at a low cost, somebody is paying the price. So the product was paying the price there because people weren't nourished as well, and people have grown intolerant to wheat, which of course is something that has come through bread not being given the proper time to break down the enzymes in the flour, so that it's made more digestible for people. So it was like we had this speed thing, you know, it's organic as opposed to just rush things up, and they're losing all the flavour, all the nourishment to keep people healthy, which is the most important thing in our lives.